everyone. It is wonderful to be here with you all once again. We are going to redo the chapter 74, Clean Hands, because last week the volume, the audio was not working. But here we are, chapter 74, Clean Hands, in the books of Acts, chapter 19, verse 11. It says, "And God did extraordinary wonders using Paul's hands." And Emmanuel, of course, clarifies this verse by saying, the gospel does not say that Paul of Tarsus did wonders, but that God performed extraordinary wonders by using Paul's hands. The Father always works like that, utilizing all his children who can show him that they have clean hands. Many people, more conventional than actually religious, have found this passage from Acts to be a bit of information about certain privileges that might have been given to the apostle. Before anything else, however, it is necessary to understand that such concession is not exclusive. Most believers would rather see Paul as a saint rather than valuing him as a hard worker. But what did the apostle clean hands cost him? Very few ask themselves that question. Let us remember that the friend of the Gentiles had been a famous rabbi in Jerusalem, and that he had been acting in high positions of power in the public sector, nevertheless, so that the Almighty could use his hands, and he endured all kinds of humiliations and faced every sacrifice for the good of others. He taught the gospel amid insults, whippings, affliction, and stoning. Although he wrote enlightened epistles, he never abandoned the humble room under his body until his body was too old. Consider the particularities of this issue, and you will see that God is still the same Father and that the divine mercy has not changed. He still asks for clean hands for edifying service to humankind. Such a demand is logical and necessary so that the work of the Almighty may shine on human pathways. So clean hands. What it is to have clean hands, and how do we get clean hands? Well, there are many different ways that we can analyze this chapter, but for this evening, I would like to bring the idea of clean hands by getting our hands dirty. But what do you mean by getting our hands dirty? As a symbol of really putting our hands to work. And when we put our hands to work, they get dirty, they get calluses, they wear out, right? But the more we work towards really getting to know ourselves, getting to know our triggers, working towards following the gospel the best we can, and also at the same time using our hands to help others, to do charitable work, to get out of the comfort zone, and really not be afraid to get our hands dirty. And then our hands gets cleaned. It's the same thing of when we think about working for the good. Are we doing the, I would say, studies? Are we doing the cleansing of our negative thoughts, I would say, and negative emotions? Are we helping to expand our knowledge so that when God asks for our work, we have the tools necessary to do the type of work? We think of Paul of Tarsus as a saint. Oh, everything happens, was a miracle, that he was able to write beautiful teachings and, of course, following Jesus Christ's inspiration and God's inspiration and all the good spirits inspiration to keep on the work of the good, to spread the message, the message of the gospel. But everything did not happen as a miracle. He was not the chosen person that all these tools would be available to him, or all these already I would say, ideas would come to him, and it would also require that he had worked before to expand his knowledge, to use his understanding as well of different philosophies, and that he worked so hard while he was a rabbi, right? So the gospel does not say that Paul of Tarsus did wonders, but God performed extraordinary wonders by using Paul's hands. With that being said, is when we have the tools, we have the skills, God is able to pass his message through us, and that's a blessing. So let's work towards making ourselves available to the work, but also gaining wisdom, gaining knowledge, so that we can be as clean as possible. Our hands can be clean in that way, so that we can really utilize it, so that the work can be done. So with that being said, let's close our eyes, thanking God for the opportunity to be here, the opportunity to be part of this learning. And thank you so much, Jesus, for always guiding us, for always inspiring us to get to work, get to learn, because the wing that also help us to keep flying is the wing of knowledge, wisdom. Thank you so much for everything you give to us every single moment. Bless Kardec Radio, everyone who participates. Bless their family members, their friends. Bless everyone who is suffering in this moment. But also bless this beautiful, beautiful nature and planet that we live in. Thank you so much for the opportunity to do the good and try to do the good every single day in our lives. Thank you, Master Jesus, for everything. Thank you for all the support. And in your name, we say so be it. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. And we will study the chapter 75 next week, and will be titled In Caesar's Household. Take care.